Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the IHSA Board of Directors, their administrative staff, the IHSA Track and Field Advisory Committee, and the administration and staff of Eastern Illinois University, welcome to O'Brien Stadium for the first day of the 120th Boys State Final Track and Field Meet. Our competition is conducted under rules and regulations adopted by the IHSA member schools. Sport a winning attitude and practice good sportsmanship today. Remember, attitude is for everyone. Enjoy the spring spectacular. And this is the second call on the 4x800 meters to the tent. Second call, 4x800 meters to the tent. Ladies and gentlemen, I now ask that you please rise. Face the colors of the United States and join soloist Sam Stowell of Charleston High School in the singing of our national anthem. Thank you. Once again, that's Sam Stowell of Charleston High School. At this time, if I may direct your attention to the 25-yard line, it is my honor to introduce to you the administrator in charge of track and field and cross country here in Illinois, the assistant executive director of the IHSA, Mr. Ron McGraw.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here this morning to O'Brien Stadium on this hot and sticky day. We appreciate that you're here today and willing to travel to support these young men. They're certainly deserving of your support. One of the traditions that we have at our championships of track and field is to have the referee for the weekend read our sportsmanship statement. So at this time, I'd like to introduce to you our meet referee for this weekend, Mr. Jamero Rainey.
Good morning, everyone. The Illinois High School Association requires officials to enforce sportsmanship rules. Athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators all have a part to play in this process. High school athletics emphasize the positive values we all have worked hard to create: a sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and perspective. All attributes of good sportsmanship shared by competitors who demonstrate this good behavior. We encourage and appreciate your assistance in promoting sportsmanship, and we hope this competition will reflect the mutual respect of all parties. Good luck and have a great meet.
Very soon we'll be calling our first race out onto the track. We're scheduled to start at 11 o'clock. I would ask that you join me in thanking. As you look around the track over this weekend, you're going to see near 200 officials and volunteers who come here. They pay their own way, their own hotels, their own gas, and all those things to be here to make this event what it is, the special event for your young men. So if you would join me in thanking them for doing that for us, I'd appreciate it. Finally, let me close by saying that in a minute I hope to bring the young man who sang the national anthem out here. I'd like you to see him. It's difficult to stand here and speak into this. There's a long delay. It's difficult to speak, much less sing as brilliantly as he just did. So to give him an even chance, we put him upstairs. This, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Stowell, Charleston High School. Let me close then by saying that here we are in Charleston at this time of year. The weather can change quickly. While we hope that we have a repeat of our 3 days of last weekend with the girls' championships, that's just probably not likely to happen. So be alert to the warnings that will come over the PA. If we have lightning in the area, for your safety, we will require that you leave the stadium, go to Lance Fieldhouse, go to your car, but we can't have you sitting in the stands. We'll clear the athletes and the coaches and officials from the track. Our rule is we would delay 30 minutes from the last lightning seen or the last thunder heard. We'll keep you appraised of it through the PA. We appreciate your cooperation if that should happen. Hopefully it won't, but better be prepared than not to be prepared. So I thank you for coming again today. We hope you have an outstanding weekend. PRs for everybody. Enjoy the sun and enjoy the day.
So on to the track right now, ladies and gentlemen. Heat number 1 of 3 of the 4x800 meter relay in Class 1A. Here's the field of competition. Lane number 2 from far southern Illinois, the Wildcats of Anna Jonesboro. In lane number 3, the Nashville Hornets. In 4, Elgin, Harvest Christian. In 5, the Cardinals of Pleasant Plains. In 6, the Trojans of Elmwood Co-op. In 7, Paxton, Buckley, Loda, Ford County in lane number 9. In 10, from the Quad City area, the Sherrard Tigers in 10. In 11, the Pirates of Toledo, Cumberland in 11. Dwight Co-op, Trojans of Dwight will be in 12. St. Joseph Ogden, the Spartans, will lead this field in from the sectionals, third best in the state. St. Joseph Ogden in position 13. Super Alleys splitting the field. Clean start in the first race of the day here at O'Brien Stadium. 2014 State Finals Boys Track and Field. Tight group as they hit the north curve. That looks like Pleasant Plains in the lead. 5:69 for the Redbirds is Mitch Johnson. Johnson, there's Dwight pulling to the outside. 2:16 for Dwight, I believe, is Mitch Franson. Dwight taking the lead on Pleasant Plains. And Elmwood looks to be third there in the orange over black.
Elmwood's first is
Ben Atkins running for Elmwood Co-op as they come around the south curve. We'll check that again. That is Elmwood in the 3, Pleasant Plains in the 2. Dwight leading the field. Next one in is Sherrard.
On their first runner is Peyton Litweiler.
For Sherrard, we got Peyton Litweiler. As they come around and head for the first exchange. 2:16, we got Franson. Now here's Pleasant Plains back into the front. 5:69 is Mitch Johnson, so Pleasant Plains has the first exchange, then followed by Dwight. Looks like Cumberland coming up into the 3 spot.
The 2 runner for Pleasant Plains is Daniel Plunkett.
Daniel Plunkett in the lead now for Pleasant Plains, and they've opened it up a bit as they go on to the back stretch. Pleasant Plains, followed by Dwight, and then Elmwood.
Nathan Rafiti.
That's Rafiti running for Elmwood. For Dwight.
Elmwood's second runner is Dan
Announcer, announce the first call 4 by 100.
Again, we've had first call on the 4x100. After this set of 400 meters, it's still Pleasant Plains in the lead, followed by Dwight. And then Elmwood.
Elmwood's 2 runner is Dan Keppel.
And that's Keppel running for Elmwood. Here's Pleasant Plains holding the lead.
And Pleasant Plains 3 runner is David Plunkett.
That's David Plunkett. Now with the baton for the Redbirds. Plunkett on to the back stretch.
We have
Then Dwight is in second.
the brothers here.
Looks like 2:17 for Dwight is Blaine Livingston. David Plunkett with the lead. Livingston second. And for Elmwood, that looks like Rockenecker in third for Elmwood. Again, we have Pleasant Plains now going into the anchor. Dwight pulling up into second. There is Tyler Johnson running for Pleasant Plains. And Pleasant Plains definitely cutting it on the back stretch. We're at the 6:28 mark here into the anchor leg in the 4x8. St. Joseph Ogden with an 8:14.15 was the sectional leader into the race. And Pleasant Plains midway through the entire field, and Pleasant Plains the leader here, looking for that first automatic spot into Saturday. Second fly to the high jump report. Second fly to the high jump report. Then 400 to go in this anchor leg. Coming around, the state record was set by Monticello in 2006, a 7:53.69. Whereas Pleasant Plains right now not running badly against the overall record. 7:41, 7:42. Here comes Pleasant Plains heading for the win. Here's your record, and they're on the home stretch. Great race for Pleasant Plains. Dwight coming in second. Battle here. Here's St. Joe Ogden trying to battle against Elmwood. And Pleasant Plains is home, 8:06.27. That was Cozier of St. Joseph Ogden pulling up into third. They got an 8:15 in this. Rest of the field coming around. Very fast race. Here's Cumberland coming on strong at the end with Sherrard. That's Kistner for the Sherrard Tigers. Has the field coming home. Runners still on the track. Remember of this crew here. It is from lane number 2. Here's Anna Jonesboro coming home. This is Robertson coming home for Anna Jonesboro. Fast race to start our competition. And a team from the middle of the field. Pleasant Plains with the first automatic qualifier to Saturday's 1A finals. Here's our field in race number 2 of the 4x100. In lane number 2, Rushville Industry will be in 2. The Eureka Hornets. Woodford County will be in 3. Chicago, the Latin School, Romans will be in 4 in this race. The Shelbyville Rams are in lane number 5 for race heat number 2 of 3. In 6, it is El Paso Gridley in 6. Now the other Super Alley. Lena Winslow, the Panthers from far northern Illinois, are in 9. Sparta will be in 10. Carlinville, the Cavaliers, will be in 11. The Robinson Maroons are in 12 from Crawford County, and Newman Central Catholic, the defending team champion from 2013, not in this event, but the team champion, Newman Central Catholic, out in 13. And we can go to the starter. Flights 3 and 4 of the shot put report. Flights 3 and 4 of the shot put report. Clean start here. We look at Sterling and their qualifying time. They go into this field with an 8:14.13. Our state leader will be in race number 3, Bureau Valley. In this event, the state best is 7:52 set by Urbana University, and you'll note that is threatening the state record at 7:52. Bureau Valley with an 8:12.48. St. Thomas More was the champion in this event last year, And as we've seen from the results in race number 1 throughout the entire field, there's no school that stepped up that would be the big favorite. We're going to watch Urbana University in our final race. They are led by George Gunter. Byron ran an 8:10.58 at their conference meet 2 weeks ago. They'll be a threat, led by the legendary TJ Pitcock, the one team that could get into the championship, and they do have a berth on Saturday, Pleasant Plains. That talented group was led by Mira Patoka and Mitch Johnson. And we saw them go 8:06. They could hit a 4 or 5. Bureau Valley has the best 1A sectional time. They're a threat for the win. Other schools to watch here as they come around. The University of Chicago, St. Joseph Ogden, Sterling Newman, El Paso Gridley, and Elmwood Brimfield. All right, here we are in the first exchange. In this race, looks like Shelbyville will check our leaders as they come on to the back stretch. Again, we have had second call on the 4x1. Second call on the 4x1. Looks like Newman is in third, Shelbyville in second. They're catching up very quickly now with the leader. And that's El Paso Gridley in the lead for El Paso. 2:28 is Andy Layden, a freshman. Now the rest of the field catching up. Let's see who's in second. It's Shelbyville in second, and Newman right behind. We look at Shelbyville. Looks like that was Martin or Stockdale. We'll check that as they come out of the curve. It's still a 3-team race. El Paso Gridley, and they are now in second. Shelbyville in the lead. Sterling now pushing for second place and leading the next group. Looks like Carlinville as they come around into the north curve. Shelbyville's runner, 6:59, is Tyler Paisley. He's a freshman coming into the exchanges. Second in here is Newman with 7:47 for Newman is Quincy Combs. And we're into the next exchange with our leaders still Shelbyville, followed by Newman. Central Catholic.
Shelbyville's second runner is Tyler Paisley.
Going at the third runner here for Shelbyville,
Is Tyler Paisley.
Tyler Paisley. Preston Hins in there for Shelbyville, runner 6:56. Then right with him is Newman, 7:55. 7:55 is Rosengren. El Paso Gridley is third.
El Paso Gridley is Mark Hartness.
Hartness third for El Paso Gridley. Looks like Preston Hens in there for Shelbyville. Now Newman in the lead. Quincy Combs. Looks like Newman with Shelbyville right with him. Newman, Shelbyville. Sparta in third. El Paso Gridley in fourth.
That would be Kenny Heaton.
That's Heaton for Sparta. They're getting ready to come into the anchors. This pace looks even faster than race number 1, 6:56. Coming back around for Shelbyville, 6:56, Preston Hensey. He has the lead, 7:55 for Newman is Rosengren, and here comes Sparta into the 3 spot.
And Shelbyville's handing off to Drinian Martin.
Drinian Martin now with the baton for the Shelbyville Rams. Shelbyville in this. Also about in the bottom of the first third of the field, 8:22.87, their seed time performance. Now on the back stretch, looks like we have a new leader, and it's the anchors. Looks like 10. The 10 Sparta is Sparta. Sparta the Bulldogs. And for Sparta, 6'9", 7 is the runner Dylan Huther. There's Huther, followed by Shelbyville, 6'57", is Drennan Martin. Here's your 1-2 with 400 to go. Sparta in the lead, followed by Shelbyville. Newman is in the 3 spot. The 4 spot is El Paso Gridley.
The forerunner is Jacob Luddy.
Jacob Luddy, now a challenge on the backstretch. Shelbyville looking to the outside. There go the Rams. They have taken the lead. Drenian Martin pushing for the lead, 7:36, 7:37. As they enter the north curve, it's Shelbyville with 200 to go. Sparta in second. Looking like they are gutting it out. Sparta trying to stay with them. We got Newman in third. 7:59 coming home for Newman is Micah Trancoso. You see him coming across. The win to Shelbyville. Around 8:09, followed by Sparta. Newman Central Catholic. Here's El Paso Gridley coming in next, followed by the 12 runner is Robinson. Robinson in the top part of the group. Here comes Carlinville trying to advance on time. Carlinville makes it across the line ahead of the Latin School. Next across is Eureka. The win to Shelbyville with an 8:08.12, just 2 seconds behind Pleasant Plains time. 8:12.40 for Sparta. Great come from behind to hit second for the Sparta Bulldogs. 8:16.77 Newman. And our last field coming out here in the 4x800s. And we've heard you as we've looked at our notes before. This is where Bureau Valley will lead the state coming in. Bureau Valley with a time of 8:12.48. We'll also be watching Urbana University, University of Chicago, Byron in this field. Here we go. In lane number 2, Gibson City, Melvin Sibley. The Falcons will be in 2. Litchfield will be in 3. The Byron Tigers in 4. The Illinois of University High School Urbana will be in 5. The University of Chicago High School from Hyde Park will be in 6. The Maroons are in 6. Then Christopher is in 8. Liberty in 9. Riverton from Sangamon County in 10. Braidwood, Reed, Custer. The Comets from the Kankakee River Valley are in 11. Palos Heights, Chicago Christian in 12. And the state leaders, the Storm of Bureau Valley, Manlius in 13. This is the final race of the 4x8. The winners qualify for state. We have 2 qualifiers right now. Everybody else in on time. We go to the starter. Clean start as the field comes out of the north curve tight here at the front. That's Liberty. And the Liberty leadoff runner is Connor Wolf.
Byron leadoff runner is Austin McCary.
And Bureau Valley right behind him. That would be Kane Eastwood. Eastwood pushing for the lead as they go into the south curve. Eastwood, there's Bureau Valley into the lead. On to the back stretch they go. Bureau Valley and Byron now in second.
Bureau Valley is Kane Eastwood.
That is Eastwood for Bureau Valley. Austin McCary in the leadoff for the Byron Tigers. It's Bureau Valley and Byron 1-2. Liberty has dropped to third. Chicago Christian is fourth. Then we have
Bureau Valley is handing it off to Ryan Taylor.
and Bureau Valley is coming back now. Byron into the lead. Byron followed by Bureau Valley. It's Chase Sauver with the lead right now for Byron. Tight pack. Here's Liberty coming back into the top three, pushing the field. Bureau Valley in second. Everybody stride for stride. One behind the other. Bureau Valley in second. Right now that's Ryan Taylor running for Bureau Valley. The freshman Chase Sarver is in the lead, 85 for Byron.
Get you one out through if you know who it is. What team that is.
I'm going to check that number on Byron, maybe TJ Pitcock at this time. Bureau Valley back in the lead.
Byron is TJ Pitcock.
Ryan Taylor for Bureau Valley. We're here at the 3-minute mark, 3:08.
And Byron is TJ Pitcock.
Pitcock is running for Byron. He's in second right now. Pitcock pushing for the lead. Coming into the 200-meter zone, it's Pitcock for Byron, followed by Bureau Valley and Ryan Taylor. To the north curve at 3:35 on the clock, Pitcock, followed by Ryan Taylor. Liberty is third.
And that would be
Two-runner for Liberty
Shriek.
is Shriek. Evan Shrakey. And he's trying to catch up with Ryan Taylor. Liberty into second as Byron's exchange is underway, just under the 4-minute mark. And halfway to go. Bureau Valley's Ryan Taylor giving it everything he could. He's there laid out at the finish line as Byron has the lead.
Is Chase Sarver.
Chase Sarver is in the next position for Byron. We'll check that number. That's 86. That's where Sarver has his position in the team. Sarver first, followed by Bureau Valley. 428 is Colton Peterson. Peterson, Liberty still staying in this race.
On the three-runner for
Looks like 386 for Liberty is Genenbacher. And Genenbacher pushing Bureau Valley. Byron in a clear lead right now. Chase Sarver enters the backstretch for the Byron Tigers. This is race number 3, final race of the 4x800. Sarver in the lead for Liberty. Yes, Genenbacher trying to overtake Bureau Valley for second place. Colton Peterson running for the Storm. Now let's check who's in fourth. That looks like Illinois. University Illinois, 8:45. We'll have to double check this.
Their three runner for Urbana is Johnny Yoki.
8:45, Johnny Yockey. That is University of Illinois in the all-orange. As we go into the anchors just past 6 minutes, it's still Byron Liberty is second, Bureau Valley is third, and University of Illinois, that is Wagner, Byron, Wagner for Byron in the lead. The anchor is Gunter for the University of Illinois High School. Wagner has the lead for the Byron Tigers. They're shooting for that final spot. Here's Bureau Valley. There. That is Tyrone running the anchor for Bureau Valley. Wagner has the lead for Byron. Here comes U of I. Illinois University, that's Arch Robinson. U of I High School. Robinson now looks like he's gotten third.
George Gunter is the forerunner for
George Gunter for Urbana. Here comes Byron coming home. Byron is Wagner, but U of I pushing for second place. That is Gunter. For the Illinois Bureau Valley is third. That's Colton Peterson. Here's Liberty next in. That's Peter for Liberty. Byron with the win, 8:07:31. Urbana University is second with an 8:08:71. Bureau Valley is third in this race. Your sectional leader third with an 8:09:63. Liberty is fourth, followed by Chicago Christian and the University of Chicago High School, sixth at an 8:23. First call on the 110 hurdles. First call on the 110 hurdles. There are 4 preliminaries coming at us in the 4x100 meters. And we're underway. Rushville in the middle. The leadoff for Rushville is Crane. And Rushville is in the all yellow, and there's Rushville again. 2-runner is Alec President. President still leave. There's Madison coming around with Andre McGill, and there's Madison again. Madison has the inside right now, and then that's Thorpe of Madison. Now we got Farmington floating into this on the outside. Right in the middle is Rushville Industry. And right now it's not. It's Erie Prophetstown. Erie Prophetstown anchor is Bauer. Erie Prophetstown with Rushville. Looks like Erie Prophetstown with the win. Let's double check that. Middle of the field, that was lane number 6, and it is Erie with a 43-26. Rushville is second. In the middle here, Aurora Christian. And the leadoff for Aurora Christian is Nora Roberts. And there's Aurora Christian in the all-red, and they do have the lead after the first exchange. For Aurora Christian, two-runner is Noah Haggerty. Let's watch it again. Now in the third exchange, there is Aurora Christian again, and that's Grant Schweizethal. And they will hand off in the anchor to Roberts, but we've got Roberts in the lead for Aurora Christian, Noah Roberts. And then everybody catching up for second place in this race. This is number 2 of 4, Aurora Christian with the win.
Blink and you miss it.
All right, here we go. Your leadoff for Eureka is Garrett Cadu. For Staunton, it's Blake Kinder. Caleb Reibold leading off for Pena right now in the middle. Looks like everybody's pretty equal. If you look on the outside of the field, Tolono Unity running very well. Unity with the handoff. You got Unity, there's Eureka, that's Schmigdal. He'll be handing off to Brett Charlton. Charlton is the feature here. Here we go. There is Eureka with Unity on the outside. It's clearly Brett Charlton and Eureka. Here's Pena's Moeller coming in, and the win to Eureka, and then Staunton. Blake Kinder looks like he came in second. Let's check the board. The win should be to Eureka with a 43-20. All right, again in the middle here, you got Leo. The leadoff is Riley McClendon. Leading off for Sherrard, Jacob Gross. And for Arcola is Clayton Strader. There's the Lions. There's Leo right away. Leo on the outside of them, Arcola in the all-white. Arcola running strong. Two-runner for Arcola is Mutria. And right now it's neck and neck, Leo and Arcola. That's David Fry for Leo. Tony Salinas for Arcola. Now it's all Leo as they're coming home with Jamil Green. Green with Arcola trying to run strong, coming into second. Arcola's anchor is Warren. Warren will get close to the Lions, but the win to Chicago Leo. The Southwestern Piasaw birds looked like they were running well in the low lanes. They're going to shoot in here. 43-53, the win for Leo. Arcola is second, and there is Piasaw with the third place finish at 33-88. Then Sherrard with a 44-03. All right, and we're coming back on this first hurdles race. All right, in the middle here, you got Josh Kirby of Peoria Christian. Kirby battling with Vaughn Gensler of Paxton Buckley Lowdell. Right now, it's Kirby first, Gensler second. On the inside, Brandon Marcy of Riverton. This one's going to go Peoria Christian, 5-6, then maybe 4. The apparent win to Josh Kirby, Peoria Christian. All right, this field's being led by Tolono Unity and Luesi. Right now, that is Unity battling it out with Drummond of Trenton Westland. Luesi. Looks like Unity will win this 5-4. And then on the outside, you got Moose Hearts. That's Frimolu. There's your apparent top 3. The win to Tolono Unity, Aaron Luesi. All right, in the middle here, you got Drew Crook of Gillespie. There are the Miners in the orange and black stripe, but inside of him, you've got Matthews of Cissna. That's Matthews of Cissna in lane number 4. And Rushville Industry on the outside. It's going to go 4-6-5. Here, 1, 2, 3. Nick Matthews with the win, followed by Brady Crane, Rushville Industry. Drew Crook of Gillespie. In the middle here, you got Lovett for the Irish. And inside of him, Catlin's Kirby pushing. And then you've got Todd Hunter and Rubarts. It's still Seneca. Seneca now spreading it out. Tommy Lovett with the win. Your record is 1393. Sikenga of Timothy Christian set that more than a decade ago. All right, here in the middle, there's Andre McGill of Madison. McGill opening it up. McGill of Madison, and you got Brady Rude there for Sterling. I think that's your 1-2. Great jump by Andre McGill in race number 1. All right, in the middle here you have Neild of Mercer County. He's being battled by Brett Charlton. Charlton into the lead, but you also have a Shoal of Illini West pushing at the end. Might be Charlton. In the middle here, you've got Randall of Knoxville, very even. And Porta's Setzer is trying now in lane number 1. You got Beecher's Cole. And very close there back in the middle. You might have got Randall back into the mix for Knoxville. Let's see how the camera sorted that out. All right, how's it running here in the middle? There's Tuscola very even down here. You got Mayberry of Morrison. Now you got Tuscola's Smith. Smith will lead the race. On the inside, Ron Willis of Peoria Heights, very close. The win should be to Tuscola's Brock Smith, and that's what you've got, 11:18 for Smith. Here now, ladies and gentlemen, is the 800-meter run onto the track. Heat number 1 of 3. Here's your field in position 2, Ethan Suttles. Carlinville, the Cavaliers in 2, Andy Arends. Auburn in 3, Dylan Huther. Sparta in 4, Matt Nordyke. Riverton in 5, Andrew Gardwine. Effingham St. Anthony in 6, Taylor Anderson. Anna Jonesboro in 8, Bryson Reyes. Sterling, Newman Central Catholic in 9, Ross McCormick of the Seneca Irish in 10, Walcott. Mooseheart, the Red Raiders in 11, Wyatt Avenatti of Georgetown Ridge Farm in 12. Sam Powers leads this field for the High School of St. Thomas More, Champaign in 13. Another clean start in the 800-meter run. The state's best, the sectional best, both owned by Ty Sutherland of Toledo, Cumberland. Pirates with a 155.52. Could we have a new champion in the 800 meters in Class A? The 2 previous times that Ty Sutherland and the champion from 2013, Michael Brown, who's from White County, Carmi. When they met, Sutherland was the one across the line first. That was indoors. Let's see how Sutherland does outside. He's got the state's best time at 155.52 and won the Newton sectional. Brown has a champion's heart. Of course, he'll be defending his title, and that won't let Sutherland get in the way. We've had a stumble in there, and that's St. Thomas's More's Sam Powers. Now at the back of the field, 400 to go in this race. And it looks like Sparta's Huther in the lead. Let's check it as we go on to the back stretch. It's Auburn and Andy Arens. There's Mooseheart coming up. That's Walcott for Mooseheart. He has the lead with 200 to go.
Number 6 in third.
In third right now is Andrew Gardewine of Effingham St. Anthony, and a battle on for third. Here they come home. This is Walcott for the Mooseheart Red Raiders. Second is Auburn's Andy Arens. Third, here is the sixth runner Gardewine of Effingham St. Anthony. In the 4 spot, we're looking it through. Walcott with the win, just under 2 minutes.
And here are the qualifiers for Saturday's 100-meter dash.
Heat number 2 of 3. This is second call now. Second call on the 4x2. Second call on the 4x2. Here's your field in 2, Ethan. In lane number 2, we have Eric Rodriguez of Beardstown. In 3, Bryant Van de Vostein of Oneida Rova. TJ Pitcock in this race for the Byron Tigers. Tyler Pasley of Shelbyville, a freshman, will be in 5. George Gunter, University High Urbana, in 6. Liam Mahoney, Niles Northridge Prep, in 8. Cade Martins of the Hayworth Hornets in 9. Kane Eastwood of Bureau Valley in 10. Tristan Fox, Lena Winslow in 11. Drennan Martin, Shelbyville in 12. And Andrew Warnes, Tolono Unity in 13. We can go to the starter. And we're coming back. We've talked about Sutherland versus Brown, who we're going to see in race number 3 here. We've also been watching in this race Andrew Warnes of Unity, Tolono, 157.57 for Unity. He's the leader in this field in race number 2. Michael Cook of Kewanee Weathersfield will be in race number 3. Gardewine we've seen for St. Anthony, and George Gunther, who's in this race for Urbana U High. Very close field around that north curve and onto the first straightaway. It's Rova. It's Bryant Van de Vostein of Oneida Rova in the front spot with 400 to go. And looks like Rodriguez up there. We'll check that as they're in the south curve. It's Gunther in the top 3 for U-High. Now a new, looks like Bureau Valley pushing. The 10 spot is Kane Eastwood.
Number 6 and 3.
And there's Gunther in there for Urbana. Now we got a new third. His 11, that's Tristan Fox of Lena Winslow. And Fox really pushing it now past the back scoreboard. Fox in the lead for Lena Winslow, and Unity's trying to swing it around. Andrew Warnes. Warnes trying to run down Tristan Fox. Warnes getting closer. There's TJ Pitcock of Byron at the finish line. It looks like Warnes did it for Unity. Tristan Fox gave it all up behind the scoreboard in order to take the lead, but Warnes catches him at the finish line, 3/1000ths of a second. Here's your field in race number 3. 800-meter run, Max Volchenbaum of Chicago University in 2. David Ricks, Gibson City, Melvin Sibley, the Falcons in 3. Mitchell Owens, Williamsville in 4. Joseph Stone of the Newton Eagles will be in 5. Mitch Johnson, Pleasant Plains in 6. Connor Wolf, Liberty in 8. That's the second Super Alley. Ethan Duclos, Redbud in 9. Michael Brown, the defending state champion, in 10. Mira Patoka, Pleasant Plains in 11. Michael Cook of Kewanee Weathersfield in the 12 spot. And out there in 13, the black with powder blue striping, that is Toledo, Cumberland, and Ty Sutherland, the state's best, coming into this race.
Jumping there.
And Sutherland gets out to a nice start. As he head towards the break, now the rest of the field starting to come closer. It's still Sutherland, and then the 6th runner is Mitch Johnson of Pleasant Plains. And in 3rd is Brown. So there's your 2013 champion, Brown of Carmi White County in the white over maroon. He's going past Pleasant Plains right now. 5 runner is Stone of Newton. Now on the outside, you've got the 12 runner, Michael Cook. Cook pushing for 3rd, Pleasant Plains. That's Mitch Johnson, who is a big part of that 4x8 that started things so well. Flight 1 and 2, discus warm-up. Flight 1 and 2, discus warm-up. Anybody's race now. You've got Sutherland and Brown in your 1-2 spot. Sutherland of Cumberland, Brown of Carmi. 3 runner is Michael Cook, Kewanee Weathersfield, the Weathersfield Anawan Co-op. You've got Mitch Johnson trying to hold on to 4th, and then in the 3 spot is David Ricks of Gibson City, Melvin Sibley. Let's bring him home. Is it Sutherland? Is it Brown? Where does Cook come in? Brown is pushing Sutherland stride for stride. Brown trying to catch him. Brown at the finish line. Looks like Brown may have won it and can go and defend his title on Saturday. Brown has it. A 156.63 for Carmi White County. Sutherland is second with a 156.75. Cook of Kewanee Weathersfield Anawan in 3. Clean start. Riley McClendon leads off for Chicago Leo Catholic. Inside of him, you've got Paxton Buckley Loda, fairly even. Leo moving up just slightly on the stagger as McClendon gets ready to hand off to David Fry. And Leo coming around here on the outside. You got St. Anne running well. There's Leo now dominating the middle of the field with David Fry. Oneida Rova holding on there. We watch the exchanges. There's Leo first. Leo clearly in the lead. And on the outside, you got Rova in the second spot. Running for Leo, we've got Zarel Cook. For the Lions, battle for second place after Cook with Erie Co-op. there, but this is all Leo. And the final exchange is Leo, and the anchor is Shondell Thompson. Oh, outside of Leo is Erie. And you've got Chris Bauer in the anchor for Erie right now. It is Bauer versus Thompson. Thompson trying to come back on Bauer. He was shot out of a cannon. And the win is to Erie Prophetstown with Leo right behind. Here in the middle, you got Newman Central Catholic. You got Micah Trancoso leading off for Newman. Very even across the back stretch. Outside of them, you got Seneca. They're running well with Sturman. That's Sewell running for Seneca. And they may have gotten a little jump here into the exchange. You still got Newman and Seneca in the middle. Shelbyville running well. And Polo across. Let's watch the exchange. And there is Sterling with Seneca. Seneca did not take the handoff cleanly. So Sterling has the advantage. The three is Ethan Nash. Here's Seneca, though, coming back. Lovett has regained a lead, and we watch Seneca. Seneca first. And that's Rude on the inside for Sterling. And Rude has regained the lead for Newman. So across, it is Sterling, Seneca, Shelbyville, Polo. There's your 1, 2, 3, 4 coming in. Sherrard trying to get in the mix. It won't happen. It goes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sterling, followed by Seneca, all going to the outside. Shelbyville next with a 132. Aurora Christian in the middle here. They are led off by Noah Roberts. Aurora Christian in the all red. They are moving up. Roberts gaining on the stagger. Also slightly, but they are moving forward. Nice run for Piasaw. And Patoka. Now as they come through the north curve, here's Fulton coming at us first. And outside of them is Anna Jonesboro. Fulton running strong. And there's Immaculate Conception. Middle of the field is Aurora Christian with Noah Haggerty. And the exchange. It goes to Aurora Christian first. 3 runner for them is Schweisthal. And Aurora Christian running very strong with Lewistown next door. On the outside, Rock Ridge. 3 runner for Rock Ridge is Kappas Bulkama. Now it's Aurora Christian with Rock Ridge. Aurora Christian's anchor is Jonathan Harrell. Jonathan Harold has command of the track. Harold, I think we saw him win this earlier in the 4x1. Pushing up is 7. That is Elmhurst. And Immaculate Conception may have broken through for second place. The win to Aurora Christian, 125.54. IC Catholic is second with a 131.15. Then the Fulton Steamers. We saw them run very strong after the second exchange. In the middle, you have Eureka. They are led by Phil Schmigdahl. On outside of them, Arcola. Their lead off is Clayton Strader. Arcola in the all-white, running this leg very well. Purple Raiders. Purple Riders coming around. Here's Arcola. And they're away. They still look to have the lead with Eureka right next door outside of Arcola's Warsaw. Arcola running even. Here comes Eureka. Eureka and Jackson Reich holding the center of the track. Right now it's Arcola and Eureka. Eureka first, Arcola second. Tremont not in a bad position as Eureka moves up the stagger more on the middle of the track. Now it's Eureka and Tremont. Eureka, the three-runner Dan Johnson for the Hornets. And they continue to move up, and it's all Eureka. That's Brett Charlton. Charlton looking for his third qualifier of the day. Here comes Brett Charlton for Eureka. On the inside is Madison and Andre McGill. Andre McGill trying to catch up with Charlton. McGill getting closer, but it's going to be Eureka once again. Eureka and Charlton followed by McGill. Arcola with another strong finish. The anchor is Jamie Warren for the Purple Riders. Knoxville is the state's best coming into this. And they are led off by Colton Palmer. Knoxville there in the white over blue. Industry in the yellow just outside of them. So Knoxville's had a good start with Colton Palmer. There's the exchange for Knoxville, followed by Rushville Industry. So Rushville and Knoxville still hold the middle of the race. There's Farmington running well ahead of Rushville Industry. There are your top three going in to the next exchange. And Knoxville fumbles it, so Rushville Industry has the advantage. And the three for them is Mason Platter. That's Rushville. Knoxville trying to come back into it. Inside of Knoxville is Pena. Pena's three-runner is Adam Miller. Pena moving up very close together. Let's watch this. There's Knoxville first. They're going to get it back. Knoxville Pena. Knoxville Pena is your 1-2 right here. And Clifton Central. Tolono Unity coming up. Knoxville, Pena, Tolono Unity, your 1-2-3. It's going to go Knoxville with Michael Randall. And the win, followed by Pena and Caleb Weibolt. 131.67, Knoxville, 132.38, and Reibold for Pena. And then the three set was Tolono Unity. In the 400 in Class 1A, there's no real favorite. Wide open, your state's best is Sharp of Altamont, 49.56. There are 5 athletes in the field under 50. Right now you got Morgan Flynn of Williamsville and Jonathan Harrell. There's Harold. Another strong start for Aurora Christian in lane number 6. Harold coming around. He's only run 50.36. Can he go under 50 and join that crowd that's under 50 in the field? As they straighten it out, it's Harold of Aurora Christian. Then you got Pocalsi of Central A&M pushing up. Pocalsi looks like he's getting on a fading Harold. Pocalsi will take the lead for A&M. It's lane number 3, then 6. Jason Pocalsi for the Raiders of Central, Assumption and Moequa, 49.54. Harold does break the 50-second mark with a 49.71. In the middle here is Terry Singleton of Holy Trinity. He is really moving forward.
He's going after it.
And let's check through this. Lane number 6 is Mayberry of Morrison. That is Mayberry. Flying into the lead right here. Mayberry coming around the scoreboard. Inside of him is the Holy Trinity runner, Singleton. Singleton and Mayberry now even. Singleton in a slight lead for Holy Trinity. Mayberry trying to stay with him. It is Singleton in lane number 5. Your favorite wins. Singleton with the win for Holy Trinity, followed by Ryan Mayberry of Morrison. Singleton 49.75. Ron McGraw to the dugout. Ron McGraw to the dugout, please. And in the middle here, you've got Hennig with Montgomery. Athens. As we look at the back stretch right now, it's the 5 runner. It's Athens. Running well, but ahead of him, you have Springfield Lutheran's Henning. That's Henning and Montgomery, your 1-2. Here comes Montgomery. Moving up on the inside. Ben Montgomery of Athens in the lead. Montgomery 38, 39, 40 heading home. Inside of him is Lena Winslow and Tristan Fox. It's all Montgomery at the moment with Henning on the outside. That's how it's going to finish. 5, 4, 6. The win to Athens Co-op. Ben Montgomery, the senior. Here we go. We are resumed after a delay from 1:30 p.m. In the middle is Andrew Sharp of Altamont, a state leader into this race, and he is getting a jump, running for the Altamont Indians. They're in the black, white, orange, and black. Altamont in the lead. Blivernicht of Teutopolis next to him. Blivernicht on Sharp's shoulder. Blivernicht trying to stay with him as they swing around. Then we have Spring Valley Howells, Amoini. It's Teutopolis and Altamont. Here is Tim Dahl trying to come up for Westmont. It is still Andrew Sharp of Altamont. He only started running this race this year. He is a distance runner, finishing in the top groups in cross country last fall, finishing with a medal, but Sharp will have a place in the finals on Saturday. 49.62, Sharp of Altamont, followed by Teutopolis' Blivernicht. It looks like lane number 7 is open. Brady Crane of Rushville Industry not there. We watch Trenton Lowry of Vienna in 5. And it looks like Lowry is commanding the middle of the track as they come around the curve. 4:38. That is Dawson White of Minonk Fieldcrest. Here comes Lowry with him at the last, and we lost White seriously in that last one there. And Vienna is across Trenton Lowry. That was a hard hit for Dawson White of Minonk Fieldcrest. And it's a clean start as we resume competition at 6:12 p.m. This is heat number 2. In the middle, you've got Riley Dries of Teutopolis. That's Arcola. And Strader in 4. Outside of them, Logan Podowitz. Podowitz is the other runner in the white over navy. Now Dries has caught up with Podowitz over the next hurdle and onto the straightaway, and it is Riley Dries with the lead for the Wooden Shoes. Outside of him, Logan Podowitz of Clifton Central. It is Dries. Here comes Podowitz. Podowitz has found the gear. Podowitz, they're to the final hurdle. They clear, and it's Podowitz. Clifton Central come from behind victory. Logan Podowitz, 39.70. Let's check that one more time. Clean start. Trenton Westglyn with the day glow green socks. Ronnie Drummond catching up with him. We have Deming of Hillsboro on the inside. On the outside, Keith Thorpe of Madison. Drummond struggling a little bit. He's falling behind Deming and Fimelo. So right now it is Cole Deming of Hillsboro in the lead. Drummond trying to catch up in stride, and he's starting to do it. It's Drummond back into the lead as they go to the last hurdle, and it'll go Drummond, although he's pulling up. Drummond with the win. Trenton Westglyn, Cole Deming second, Joe Fimelu of Mooseheart the apparent third. Clean start. Gillespie in the orange and black, the Miners in the middle, with Drew Crook. Crook moving up on the stagger. Big jump there for Crook. And Crook has the lead as they go behind the north scoreboard. Crook inside of him, McCoy of Lewistown. And now Lewistown comes back even on the inside advantage. It is McCoy of Lewistown. Here comes Crook. Crook starting to stumble in each move, and he's going to try to catch back up. Crook and McCoy. It's Lewistown and McCoy with Crook. Appears we have a yellow flag in the race. It's McCoy with the unofficial win. Final heat of the 300 hurdles. Gensler wearing the yellow and blue for Paxton Buckley Loda. Moving up. There's Philip Fox. We've seen him win earlier in the day for Peoria Christian. Fox now off of Gensler's right shoulder as they straighten it out heading for home. But inside of Gensler, Holsinger coming up for Fulton. Holsinger trying to gain on Gensler. He's getting a bit of a jump here. It is Holsinger of Fulton, and it's going to go 4, 5, 6. Holsinger, Fulton with the win. Gensler second, Paxton Buckley Loda, Philip Fox, Peoria Christian in third. And the camera confirms with a 39.69 for Holsinger. Here's your field of competition. In 2, Corbin Kakik, Fairfield. In 3, Andy Orenz, Auburn. In 4, Michael Brown, Carmi White County. He's already going to the finals in the 800 on Saturday. Wilson Flederer of the Tremont Turks in 5. Ben Scamelhorn, the Marshall Lions in 6. Marcus Blair, Beardstown in 8. Ethan Duclos, Redbud in 9. Adam Ludy, a freshman for El Paso Gridley in 10. Marcus Skinner, Shelbyville. The Rams in 11, Eric Ponder, Tuscola in 12, and our leader in this section, Kenton Wilson, Shelbyville in 13. 2 Rams in this race for Shelbyville. To the starter. For the 1,600-meter run, the state best this season, Nick Hess, the High School of St. Thomas More Champaign. He had a 4:21.34. The sectional best is Caleb Imig of the Tremont Turks, 4:26.64.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In this race last year, we had Grant Nikeza way ahead with the win, wrapped up. John Davis finishing second. Nick Hess fell in the last 150 meters, finished 11th. Hess and Davis coming back in the 3,200 on Saturday. Hess has the fastest time in the event. You have Imig of Tremont and Tyler Johnson, Pleasant Plains, with fast sectional times and can threaten Hess in the event. Again, Cook, the defending champion in the 800, was successful in that double a year ago. Jacob Silverman, the Latin School, Chicago, Kenton Wilson of Shelbyville, and Daniel Plunkett of Pleasant Plains. All factors and challengers in this race. Clear lead right now for runner number 12, which is Eric Ponder of Tuscola. good 50 meters ahead of the field. And in second place is the 6 runner, Scamelhorn of the Marshall Lions in Clark County, as the rest of the field passes the scoreboard. Third place is 2, that's Corbin Kakik of Fairfield. The Mules in third here. There's the 11 runner along with the 5, that's Flederer of Tremont and Marcus Skinner of Shelbyville. Leader is Tuscola's Eric Ponder after the halfway mark. Little over 2 minutes, 2:10 for the leader at this point. The record is Dorian Elray's from 2006, Elray of the Port Byron Riverdale Rams, 4:09:33 for the 1,600 meters in Class A. Scamelhorn has drawn in on Eric Ponder. Scamelhorn is a senior for Marshall. And given the lead that Ponder had, Scamelhorn has really put a lot in to overtake him. And as they approach the bell, it is Ben Scamelhorn of Marshall. Scamelhorn in the lead. Ponder is second. Third place right now belongs to Fairfield, I believe, and Kakich. It's still Scamelhorn looking for that automatic berth on Saturday. Ponder not giving up on the back stretch. Kakich holding into third. Ponder tries to come back on Scamelhorn. Ponder now has the lead. Scamelhorn staying with him. Kakich not that far behind. See how much is made up on the curve. 4 minutes right now, 4:01, 4:02. Fairly quick pace in this first race. Eric Ponder, Tuscola. It's Scamelhorn. Ben Scamelhorn finds the gear and heads for the finish line in the win for the Lions of Marshall. Ponder is second, Kakich third. Battle for fourth. Both Shelbyville runners coming home here. 13 ahead of 11. 13 is Wilson, 11 is Skinner. It's Shelbyville on the next positions. The win for Scamelhorn. There in the bell lap, 4:22:29. Ponder is second, 4:22:66. Kakich third for Fairfield at a 4:24:86. Here's your field. Nick Porter, Paxton Buckley Loda will be in 2. Tanner Chadda, Aurora Christian in 3. Rolando Aguilar of the Kiwani Boilermakers in the 4 spot. Sam Powers, the High School of St. Thomas More, Champaign in 5. Jacob Silverman, the Latin School, Chicago, the Romans in 6. Brett Genenbacher, Liberty will be in 8 in the beginning of the second. Super Alley, Matthew Kortza, Rockford Lutheran in 9. Kenny Heaton of the Sparta Bulldogs in 10. Corey Landon, Carlinville, the Cavaliers in 11. Here we have Nick Hess of St. Thomas More in Champaign in 12. And Tyler Johnson of Pleasant Plains in 13. We can go to the starter. Second call on the 200 dash. Second call, 200 dash.
The finalists for the 300-meter intermediate hurdles on Saturday will be from Hillsboro, Cole Deming. From Teutopolis, Riley Drees. Vienna's Trenton Lowry. Clifton Central's Logan Podowitz. Lewiston, Matt McCoy. From Fulton Co-op, Bryce Holsinger. Trenton Westland's Ronnie Drummond. Gillespie's Drew Crook. And Paxton Buckley Loda's Vaughn Gensler.
Gensler leads that field. Actually, in the middle there, it's Podowitz versus McCoy and Holsinger in the 300 hurdles. Nick Hess, St. Thomas More in the lead. There's Jacob Silverman of the Latin School. In the 2 position, that's Sparta. In the 3, that's Kenny Heaton. Tight field, movement on the outside. From the 5 spot, that looks like Pleasant Plains' Tyler Johnson. Seems so long ago in this day. Johnson was part of the 4x8. Here he is coming around, leader of this section in the 1600. And Hess moving, check that a little farther along. Hess is the leader. And we have also Sam Powers in there for the Sabres of St. Thomas More. A lot of momentum in the 3, 4, 5, 6 block. You still have Hess and Silverman, your 1-2 approaching the halfway. Hess of St. Thomas More, Silverman of the Latin School, Chicago. And you have Sparta. And just behind Sparta, we're going to check in there, that looks like Johnson, along with Sam Powers of St. Thomas More. On the back stretch, Hess trying to redeem where he was in this race a year ago. Of course, Hess has been very accomplished in cross country the last couple of years for St. Thomas More, and that 4x8 championship a year ago for the Sabres. Hess and Silverman. Silverman, quick look behind. He sees that Corey Landon of Carlinville now in the 3 spot. And here comes Sam Powers up into the 4. Now you see Paxton Buckley Loda's Nick Porter moving up as we have 400 to go at the 3:16 mark of this race. It's Hess versus Silverman. 3:16 for 1,200 meters. Hess, a little bit of room now as they enter the back stretch, but Landon wants a say in the final result. Corey Landon looking to run down Silverman. Now we have Paxton Buckley Loda's Nick Porter at the front of the second group. That is Corey Landon, the sophomore, into second. He's coming out from behind the scoreboard. He's looking at Hess. Hess, a senior, turning it on now. Landon in second place, Silverman third, fourth place is Nick Porter. Here comes Johnson of Pleasant Plains, trying to see if he can get into third. Along the rail there is Aguilar of Kiwani, and the win looks to go to Nick Hess. Camera confirms it. Hess with the win. Landon of the Carlinville Cavaliers is second. Silverman is third. Johnson fourth for Pleasant Plain. This is now a final call on the 200. Clerk's tent has called final call. Final field out onto the track for the 1600. Noah Tennyson of the Robinson Maroons will be in 2, Crawford County. Jacob Meyer, the University of Chicago High School, Chicago Hyde Park in 3. Jacob Ludi, El Paso Gridley in 4. He's a senior. Ludi El Paso Gridley. Daniel Plunkett, Pleasant Plains in 5. John Davis of Fithian Oakwood in 6. And the second Super Rally starts with Jeff Casey of Savannah West Carroll High School in 8. Cade Martins, Hayworth in 9. Walcott of Mooseheart in 10. Nick Godsell, Tolono Unity. Michael Cook, Kiwani Weathersfield, and Caleb Imig of the Tremont Turks in 12. For the 200, we are awaiting Fox of Lena Winslow and competitor from Buckley Loda, Paul Bingham of Paxton Buckley Loda. To the tent, clerk is allowing you to come in. "40 seconds now as the field goes behind the scoreboard. It's position 6, John Davis, Fithian Oakwood. Davis, the cross-country champion in 1A, or was in there with Hess back in November at Detweiler Park. He leads this field. When we get to Saturday, we'll see Davis in all probability against Nick Hess again here in the track mile. Caleb Imig, best sectional mark. Also in the front group, he's 4th right now. 5 runner in the lead, Daniel Plunkett, Pleasant Plains. Right behind him is Davis of Fithian Oakwood. That's Suburban Danville in the 2 spot. The 3 runner is Michael Cook, Kiwani, Weathersfield, Anawan. The Titans in the 3 spot. Competitor 353, Cook of Kiwani Weathersfield.
Matt, I know you've made this call. I need one final call for Tristan Fox from Lena Winslow and Paul Bingham from Paxton Buckley Loda now.
All right, this is the final call for Bingham of Paxton Buckley Loda and Fox of Lena Winslow, and that is from the head official. Report now or be scratched from the 200. Bingham, Paxton Buckley Loda, Fox, Lena Winslow. Doing everything we can with the long rain delay to include everyone, but those 2 calls are now absolute for the 200. Pleasant Plains, Daniel Plunkett has the lead. 3 runners battling for second. There's Imig going out, now into second for Tremont. Imig, related in marriage now to the great Parker Thompson from Tremont. And the family joke at the moment is, can Imig take down some of Parker's times here through this competition? Now on the outside, that looks like Fithian Oakwood back into second place. John Davis, Fithian Oakwood. We're now with 200 to go. It's a race between 4, with Plunkett in the lead for the Redbirds of Pleasant Plains. That's Western Sangamon County. Pleasant Plains on to the back stretch. There goes Imig, looking to the outside again for Tremont. He cannot overcome Davis fully at the moment. Now Davis opens up, goes into the lead with Imig right behind. Davis and Imig, the 1-2, as they leave the back stretch and head to the north curve. And Michael Cook still in the mix. I believe he's now in 3rd. Here's Imig again to the outside. Imig versus Davis and the mad race for home. Look at this. John Davis and Caleb Immig. This time it's going to be John Davis. Davis with the win, 4:19, 4:20. Followed by Immig. Next in is Michael Cook and Plunkett. There is Walcott of Mooseheart coming across at the 4:30. Davis with the win, 50 in Oakwood. 4:20.28. Immig is second for the Tremont Turks. 4:20.93. Cook then in for the Titans of Kewanee Weathersfield. 4:24.02. Plunkett next for Pleasant Plains at 4:25.89. Cott next for Mooseheart. Ludi of El Paso Gridley, followed by Robinson. First of four preliminaries in the middle here is Riley McClendon of Chicago Leo. Outside of him, Jonathan Harrell and Brett Charlton. So this is a battle right here in the middle. There's Charlton taking the lead. Travail Ellis of St. Anne in 2, Garrett Blagrave of Robinson in 3. Right now it's Brett Charlton with Jonathan Harrell right behind and McClendon. The win is going to go to Brett Charlton again. I believe he's qualified now in 4 events for Saturday for Eureka. Inside and outside of him, you had Harrell and McClendon. The win to Charlton, 22-19. Harrell next for Aurora Christian. He's had a big day. In this race, you have Jason Pocalsi of Central A&M in the middle. Either side of him, you got Gage Fowler of Cerro Gordo, Jacob Scholl of Carthage Illini West. And there is Pocalsi, and outside of him, you got Scholl. Scholl coming forward, heading into the finish. It's lane 6, then lane 5, and potentially 7. Lane 6, Jacob Scholl of Illini West, the Chargers. Then Pocalsi. Scholl with a 22-12. There they are, 4 runners. Aaron Harris with a nice jump in lane number 4. B.J. Bailey, Reed Custer on the outside. Look at Andre McGill of Madison. It's now McGill versus Harris. Roll trying to come up the middle for Elmhurst Immaculate Conception. Roll coming through. It's going to be Elmhurst Immaculate Conception with the win, splitting Harris and McGill. Brock Smith is in the middle. He's had quite the day. Brady Rude will give him a challenge there on the outside for Sterling. Right now it is Rude and Smith. Smith with the lead, then Rude, and then Goff. But on the inside, Mayberry. We've seen Mayberry earlier today. Mayberry is going to be in the top 3. In a very close race, the win to Smith of the Tuscola Warriors. All right. Without Shelbyville in this race, we look at Teutopolis and Noah Bleivernicht as the lead off for the Wooden Shoes for Bureau Valley. Daniel Trone is leading off for the Storm, and Zarel Cook for Chicago Leo. Leo on the outside, they're running strong, along with Bureau Valley. Now moving up is Chicago Christian on the stagger, lane number 3. Chicago Christian coming up here with the 3-turn stagger. Christian pulling up even more into the middle position of the race. There's Tutopoulos. Leo running strong in lane number 7 as we approach the handoffs. Let's see what we've got. On the outside is Liberty and Leo, and then in the inside, Chicago Christian positioned very well for the break. Chicago Christian, Liberty trying to get that wide sling down into position 1. Here's your battle right now. Liberty's got to move it forward. Liberty into the front.
In the 1,600-meter run, one of them has been faxed up to you. The other one we don't know for sure because the
And Bureau Valley has slid into 3rd. Everybody coming together. There's Bureau Valley taking out Chicago Christian in this part of the race. And there is T-Town and the Piasaw Birds trying to move over, and Leo looking to swing wide. Bureau Valley, Chicago Christian right behind Liberty in 1st. Bureau Valley in 2nd. Chicago Christian in 3rd. Now it's Bureau Valley into the lead. Bureau Valley's 3 runner is Colton Peterson. Peterson with Liberty right behind. And Chicago Christian. Then a gap. The Piasaw Birds have moved up into 4th and may be within striking distance for one of the top 3 as they come through the north curve. It's Bureau Valley. Liberty in 2nd, Chicago Christian in 3rd, Piasaw Birds and Wooden Shoes and the Leo Lions. Liberty swinging to the outside. Chicago Christian, here comes T-Town. Riley Drees trying to put T-Town back in the mix. Didn't really work as T-Town is in 4th. The battle right now between Bureau Valley and Liberty. Bureau Valley's anchor is Daniel Trone. Bureau Valley in the lead. T-Town now won't give up. T-Town into 3rd. Anchor for T-Town is Kyle Blivernicht. And Blivernicht is running him down. He's in 2nd. Blivernicht trying to take on Bureau Valley and Trone. Trone holding the rail. Blivernicht to the outside. Here comes T-Town. Blivernicht with the lead on Trone. Leo has pushed back up into 3rd, but slowing up for Chicago Christian might take them out. This win is going to go to Tutopoulos. 3:27, T-Town. Come from behind victory. T-Town 7th or 8th in the race early. They have the win. 3:27.35 for the Wooden Shoes, 3:27.85 for Manlius Bureau Valley. Mooseheart in the middle here, but Arcola moving up on the stagger, and then University High. Looks like George Gunter with the leadoff for the Illinics. We'll check that. Arcola, 8:39 for, that is George Gunter running well for the Illinics. They're in the lead, and then you got Mooseheart in the middle. Mooseheart leadoff is Gordon. And the exchange goes, there's Uni High Urbana with the Mooseheart. Big move out there for Mooseheart. Mooseheart to the lead at the break. Illinics are 2nd, Urbana.
Yeah, this is Ron. Ron, I have a team from
And Erie Co-op.
on running the 4x4 wearing silver swim caps. Is that okay with you? No, that is not okay with me. Thank you.
Mooseheart in the lead, followed by University High Urbana. And I think that's Litchfield in the 3 spot. As they go into the anchors at the 149 mark. Not the anchors, it's the 3rd leg. Mooseheart still in the lead, followed by University High. And now we've got, I don't think that's Litchfield, I believe that's Warsaw into the 2 spot. We'll confirm that by runner as they come out of the north curve. Mooseheart. Here the 3 runner is Brandon Gadsden, 277. Next in is Erie Co-op. That's Erie in 2nd, as now they go to the anchors. Mooseheart and Erie. There's the Alinex and Arcola, your top 4. For Erie, the anchor is Grant Ames. For Mooseheart, Walcott. Walcott on the back stretch with Erie and Kyle Grant Ames. It's Walcott into the lead for the Red Raiders. Urbana U-High is 3, Arcola is 4. Walcott moving out on Grant Ames. Walcott and Ames. And Uni-High in 3rd, Arcola is 4th. That's Jamie Warren running for the Purple Riders. They're going to get 3rd. Then Litchfield with Warsaw. The win, Mooseheart, 3:26.44. Erie Co-op is 2nd, 3:26.74. Arcola 3rd, 3:29.38.
The 1A 200-meter dash finalists for Saturday will be Ryan Mayberry from Morrison, Jonathan Harrell from Aurora Christian, Brady Rude from Sterling Newman Central, Brett Carlton from Eureka, Rock Smith from Tuscola, Jacob Scholl from Carthage Illini West, Jordan Rull from Elmhurst Catholic, Jason Pacalzi from Moweaqua Central A&M, and Aaron Harris from Lyle in lane 9.
Going into the 3-turn stagger, Eureka and Dwight dominate the handoff. It's Eureka right now in good position for the move to lane 1 at the break.
The 1A finalists for the pole vault on Saturday will be Cody Grodich from Bushnell, Matthew Tolliver Good from Newton, Andrew McWhorter from Teutopolis, Barack Mamasur from Newton, David Wenzel from Tolono Unity, Josh Shine from Aurora, Carter Pillen from Kewanee Westerfield, Monty Walt from Toledo Cumberland, Noah Calvert from Hillsboro, Ethan Miser from St. Joseph Ogden, Matt McCoy from Lewiston, Curtis Gordon from Vandalia, Riley Smith from Casey Westerfield, and Jack Denby from Carlinville.
Denby is one of the best pole vaulters in Class 1A, and he leads the field. Now Eureka continues in the lead in this race with Dwight second, and there is Toledo Cumberland in third. You got Shuey running for Cumberland. Right now the 3-runner is Berardi for Eureka, and for Dwight the 3-runner is Connor Livingston. It's Eureka right now, but Connor Livingston trying to make a difference in going into first. Cumberland, I believe, is in the 4 right now. 3 spot is Anna Jonesboro. Now Cumberland into second. It's Dwight into the lead as we go to the anchors. Dwight, Eureka, Cumberland. Cumberland is Ty Sutherland. There is Phil Schmigdal for Eureka trying to run down Michael Bennett. And Ty Covington, Sutherland right there, looking to find a way into first. He can't do it from the rail. Dwight in the lead. The lead is Bennett versus Sutherland versus Schmigdal. There is Ty Sutherland looking for the finish. Sutherland trying to catch up with Dwight. It is Sutherland. I'll leave it to the camera for the final judgment. Come from behind, Ty Sutherland and Toledo, the Pirates, from just south of Charleston with the win. Dwight is second, edged at the wire by Toledo. Eureka is third. All right, no, Rhoda is in the middle here. And the lead off for Rova is Brent Van de Woestma. Van de Woestma there in the black and yellow triangle. Inside of them is Riverton. Riverton's lead off is Matt Nordyke. Nordyke now trying to move up. Tremont in the next position. Tremont is Eli Larimore. So as they come around in the three-turn stagger, we say Tremont in a good position. Tremont way ahead when you look at lane number 3. And then you have Riverton. So watch it as the Turks have the exchange very early. And look at this as they go into the south curve. They're going to have a great position for the break. That's Noah Class. For them, Riverton next door, Austin Landis looks to be second. Landis is going to swing past Tremont and take the lead. Riverton, then Tremont. Third in there is Elmwood Co-op. For Elmwood, the two-runner is Dakota Swadinski. Swadinski in third. Let's look who's fourth as they come out of the north curve. It's Rova again, and Rova, that is Brad Tomlin. And Elmwood is trying to get the advantage. Elmwood and Swadinski. It's Elmwood first and then Tremont. Tremont takes advantage of the rail and scoots into first with Elmwood right behind. And there's Rova, hot on both their heels. Rova swinging to the outside for Oneida Rova. It's Kyle Woodside. Woodside trying to get a slight lead with Tremont and Zachary Rice on the inside. Now it is Rova. Rova with the lead. Here comes Tremont to the outside. Tremont is Zachary Rice. And Elmwood with them. It is Matthew Garantes for the Trojans, but Tremont now in the lead. Tremont girls were in second place last week. Tremont finishing strong here. Now on the outside is Nashville. I believe that was Nashville and Ryan Kell with a good exchange. And so Nashville in the 4 position. We'll double check that. The leader is Tremont. And for the Turks, your anchor is Matthew Brent. Elmwood second, Oneida third. Forerunner is 4, that's Riverton. And the 5 runner right now is 7, which is Tolono Unity, as they are going to head for the finish line. It's Tremont. Tremont and Matthew Brent. Elmwood right behind with Colin Reichenegger. Reichenegger, here comes Rova and Jason Wheeler. Everybody trying to close in on Tremont, but the Turks are going to take the final race of the day at 3:28. Tremont with the win. Tremont, 3:28.51 for the Turks, 3:28.71 Elmwood, 3:29.07 Oneida Rova, 3:31.16 for Riverton, 3:33.26 Tolono Unity, the Rockets in fifth, followed by Nashville. We did see them in the front group for a moment in the third lap, and then Carterville and Sparta in eighth with a 3:40.16.